Donnie Haydick, a longtime resident of Cheyenne, has been selected to receive the VFW's coveted Law Enforcement Officer of the Year award due to his many accomplishments and accolades. Today, bikers are coming out to support our service members for Memorial Day weekend. While getting up so early in the morning to do yoga may seem like a bit of a stretch, dozens of people come out here to do exactly that. With COVID concerns going down and state guidelines easing up, Cheyenne's trolley service is making its summertime debut.
The Cheyenne Republican Party building was vandalized last week. A group of local residents came together to keep watch for future attacks. Wyoming News Now's Anthony Talcott reached out to them to learn more.
That's right. Ever since the building was graffitied last Tuesday, members of the community have been coming out and setting up in front of the party building to ward off potential vandals. Volunteers came out after the incident to help clean up the graffiti. While police were informed, some decided to take measures into their own hands to help keep the community safe.
Been down here posting up every night, just kind of keeping guard through this part of the block and as well as other businesses, and making sure that we don't see that vandalism or anything negative comes to the community and deface the property of any of the buildings down here.
While the number of people varies from night to night, Crerer says that there have been up to 20 people patrolling the area, many with firearms, that he reached out to via Facebook for help.
Didn't hear anything from any of the elected officials. Our mayor of the city didn't say anything about it. The local elected officials, state reps and whatnot, they didn't say anything about it. They will see people standing out in front of the shops, standing out in front of their homes and their communities with guns lined up to make sure that nothing happens.
The group is aiming to keep up the patrols for the foreseeable future. For more information, head to our website and find the story titled Volunteers Patrol After Vandalism of Republican Party Building.
Many churches are starting to see their congregations in person 2 weeks after Governor Gordon's restrictions were lifted. Wyoming News Now, Anthony Talcott reached out to local churches to find out how people are worshiping now.
That's right, churches are opening back up, but they're doing so with certain restrictions to keep people safe. With social distancing guidelines in effect, many churches were forced to close. However, that didn't stop Meadowbrook Church, which implemented digital services so that members could attend from the safety of home.
For me and the staff, we looked at this as almost a blessing that God was, taking us through a season to teach us what it meant to be the church, that we don't need to be in a building to be the church.
Now that churches are allowed to reopen, attendance has been gradually returning. At the moment, typical activities like children's ministries, communion, and passing of donation plates are being put on hold, though there is still plenty of space to gather.
When you come in, you can see our seating arrangement is much different. We could fit about 80 people in the auditorium with families practicing social distancing. So families can be together, but we're separating the chairs by 6 feet.
At Cheyenne's Our Brethren Church, much of the attendance is online, though that hasn't stopped the congregation from giving.
And our people have been very, very faithful. So actually, our giving has actually increased since we've been closed, because more people are watching us online now, and because of that, they see the ministry, and they've been supportive. So actually, our giving has been stable, if not a little increased.
Overflow accommodations have been made to keep the church from getting too full, and members are given face masks when they come in to prevent potential transmission of the pandemic. However, the church is optimistic that this is the first step of returning to normalcy.
I'm pretty optimistic. I think probably, this week, then of course new orders, some kind of new orders will be coming out next week. And so next week, hopefully, we'll be a little bit freer and then a little bit freer. And probably in the next weeks or months, get back to something that looks something like normal.
Governor Gordon is expected to update the current policies within the coming weeks. As of now, current policies are set to end May 31st. From Wyoming News Now, I'm Anthony Talcott.
Well, a fundraiser for veterans is set for this weekend that will see people going out to the countryside and shooting off guns. Anthony Talcott drove out to the site to find out more. Tony?
Out on Shadow Ridge Drive to the northwest of Cheyenne, a shooting range has been set up for people to come try out. Right now, I'm standing right by the 100-meter marker for the Shoot Guns, Have Fun, Raise Money events after this weekend. Now, down the way, there are also markers for 200 meters and 300 meters, so people can come out to take their best shot. The event will be raising funds for Veterans Remembrance Memorial, with attendees paying a $20 fee to demo rifles brought in by STAG Arms Manufacturing. According to the company, This was a good way to market their business while helping out others.
Some people wanted to get together and they wanted to throw a party and invite the community out to see what STAG Arms is all about and to raise money for a good charity, and we thought it would be a great idea.
The idea for the event began when the owner of Mr. B's Heating and Cooling decided to do something for our local veterans.
Brian has coins that he gives to the vets when he goes out and does work for them, and his first batch of coins got printed wrong, and he said he wanted to do something because that was for the vets, so he wanted to do something, and we was like, well, we ought to shoot him.
The coins will be affixed to markers, and the rules go, if you can hit it, you can keep it. From Wyoming News Now, I'm Tony Talcott.
The event will begin Saturday at 10 in the morning.
Local artists group is putting together a community art project in downtown Cheyenne. Wyoming News Now's Tony Talcott spoke with the group to find out more.
Cheyenne Makers and Creatives, a local organization focused on hands-on crafting and artistry, trying to find a way to get the community together while also keeping the social distancing guidelines. The result?
We're trying to find ideas for things that people may have in their house that we could use to assemble a larger piece of artwork. And in this case, we ended up with empty paint cans. So we've asked people to decorate, design, customize empty paint cans, drop them off here, and then we're assembling into what we're calling a vertical art garden.
The project is comprised of bars of rebar that will hold donated paint cans. Members construct the towers in the lot adjacent to West Edge Collective off West Lincoln Way. The group managed to put together 2 towers today, though they want to grow their garden even more going forward.
So over time, we want this to be kind of an outdoor art space that people can come in here and wander, whether they're comfortable doing it alone or with groups of people. This is kind of, maybe in the future, we can have some walking paths and stuff over here. But the idea is it's a creative space where you can come and see some stuff that other people did.
For those interested, you can contact them via their Facebook page or by email. Check out the story on our website for more. For the time being, from Wyoming News Now, I'm Tony Talcott.